Hey, Lynn.
Yes.
You know what's strange? Life is strange.
It doesn't hurt me.
What was that?
Do you want to feel how I feel?
Yes, there you go. He gave it some effort. Do you remember that game, Life is Strange?
No.
Jack and I think Mark may have played it. It's about the girl. She's in this town, and there's this like tornado coming, and she has like powers.
Do you want to hear the deal I'm making?
Go away. All right, never mind. For those of you who know what Life is Strange is, give me a shout out. Give me a like on the video, please. Thank you. I love you.
Hello.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
Before we do that,
Oh, okay.
I'm D.
This is Lynn.
Project Airwaves. We're back at it again.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't yet already, please check us out on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and all that other stuff. YouTube, Patreon. We love you. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and move on.
Hello.
So, what was that song? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Oh wait, no, I just showed you, huh?
Yeah, where'd it come from?
I don't know why it's been playing. I don't want, dude. What is it? What is it? He says,
like, oh shit. It's dude. I don't remember. Oh no.
I don't know. I'm just trying to. I'm looking at the lyrics. I'm trying to remember. I'm stuck in a. I'm stuck in a loop.
Where the song came from? Well, not came from, but what was it on? Why are you?
And if I only could, I would make a deal with God.
He's still not.
Make a deal with God.
Why are you on that song?
Swap out places.
Somebody help
me.
me.
Running up that road.
He won't
because
stop.
I stubbed my toe. All right, I'm done. Yeah, it's been running in my head. Not running in my head. Damn, now I'm saying it too.
It's been running.
Yeah, it's been running up that hill.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm obviously super fucking. Well, I guess I'm not too far behind. Stranger Things, things that are stranger.
I mean, you can't be any farther behind than me.
Well, they did weird with it. They did weird with it. That's illiterate as fuck. Excuse my language. They did the last season and broke it off into sections like 1 through 7.
Yeah.
And then they did a part B, but it was 2 episodes. And part B was like episode 8 was an hour and a half, and episode 9 is 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. So it's a miniature movie. Yeah, and I was showing D kind of like parts of the clips, trying to explain the concept of it.
The Snyder cut.
The Snyder, yeah, I got the Snyder cut. I got the good shit on there. I was just thinking it was cool. I mean, there's a few shows that, of course, I have to catch up on. But when you really get those A-listed shows, you know that the budget really gets put in when it's coming to a close. So this is like the last season, obviously. Yeah. And I didn't really care too much about it in the beginning. I was just kind of just watching it. It has a slow burn, right? And it builds up to this maximum, kind of how they try to do Game of Thrones. How the last few episodes were like phenomenal, and then the last episode was like...
And then they biffed it?
Yeah, they biffed it at the fucking end, so it became like a nothing of nothing. Yeah, no, that Kate Bush song has been popping up relatively frequently more times than not, and it's actually... it's pretty fucking catchy.
So what was happening when that song came on?
Mad Max. Oh, I don't know. I mean... Yeah, whatever.
Is it really spoiler territory? Who gives a shit?
People that actually want to watch this shit.
So then go watch it.
But then if you get it spoiled,
pause this video.
Would you
go watch it?
Would you, if I told you how something ended, would you still go watch it anyways?
Yes.
Really?
I don't care about spoilers because my thing is you can tell me how the movie's gonna end. Guess what? It's still gonna end.
It's like if I'm watching the movie and there's 20 minutes left. And then you tell me, oh, by the way, at the end, the serial killer kills everybody.
And that's fine, but
I'd be like, why would
I'm
you
watching it for the cinematography.
That's
I'm
you.
watching it for the storyline.
That's you. That's a single mind mindset.
No, but there's a lot of people like
there's
me
too.
Too.
There's a 5%.
No, it's not.
There's the other 95%
there's a lot of us who
that
don't
actually
care about
want
spoilers.
that actually want to.
No, it's only if you're a sensitive
make a
little
deal
bitch.
with God.
If you're a sensitive little bitch
and start running up that hill.
Oh God. No, I don't.
You know
care
what?
About
we should just swap places.
No.
Start running up that hill.
No. Stop.
Start running up that building.
Stuck.
Yeah.
Just like with the Batman guy.
Something in the way.
So why do you like Stranger Things? What's keeping you on?
You know what? You know, it's I feel like in order to watch something good, there was a couple shows I used to watch, like the DC shit, like Arrow, Flash, all that stuff. Yeah. But there'd be 30 fucking episodes, and each episode was an hour long. So realistically, you're not going to have the time to sit. I don't have a lot of time throughout my day. My day tends to be planned out to where I need to obviously go to work. I got to make sure I have time to do all these things before I go to bed.
Right.
And I can't sit there and binge watch 5-6 hours or something. And with a lot of these shows now, they're wrapping it up to make it to where, you know, it's only 8 episodes, maybe 6.
Yeah.
So they're maximizing the budget on it, and I liked how they did this, where there's so many like aha moments, like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Like when I mentioned about the guy, how he ended up being one of the primary.
The guy with the thing on the guy.
Yeah, the guy with the
Yeah,
thing, that
that
thing,
guy.
and he does the Thoya thing.
With
Yeah,
that thing.
the Thoya
Did
thing.
you get that thing I
Yeah.
sent you?
So, and he was like, totally, dude. And then I was like, really boned.
Where's he going?
I don't know.
He didn't stop.
So, long term, I don't know. I think just the way that movies are degressing, I'm noticing I'm going more in times I'm seeing movies in theaters and like, this is fucking trash.
And that's kind of something I've realized. I kind of like old school CGI as opposed to the new school
Well,
shit.
it's like what we were talking about the new DBZ. How CGI, there's 2.0 and then 2.5.
Right.
2.0
It's not too much.
2.0 is most animation now.
Yeah.
2.5 is what they transitioned in the new DBZ.
Yeah, where you can go around.
Yeah, you can go around and see them at angles, which
Yes.
brings you more into being in a 3D aspect of
Right.
being the audience. I like how some movies, how they're giving you the option to look at it in a more crisp environment without having to watch fucking 25 episodes worth.
What I've noticed, well, see, and that's what I guess that's the difference between like shows now and shows then. Like Star Trek, Next Generation. Shout out to all my Trekkies. Star Trek, Next Generation, and Voyager. They have long episodes. They're hour-long episodes. There's like 10, 15 episodes.
Not to cut you off. You know what I remember when I was listening to, of course, a Rogan podcast.
Of course.
He was saying it's the equivalent to people's attention span.
Yes.
Back in the day, people had longer-term attention spans.
Yes.
You could sit me down in front of a show and I could watch a 30-minute to an hour show for multiple seasons because
Yes.
my attention span was there. Now, people tend to lose track of focus. When is it the last time you've been around someone that hasn't been able to have to be on their phone when they're by themselves?
I mean, see, but that's unfortunately my line of work. I'm a little more isolated.
No, I'm saying
than
to pull.
average.
Yeah,
But in
that's
general-
that's true. That's true because you are more isolated. You're not out in public.
right. But
I'm
in
noticing
general,
when
people are always on their phone.
I will be at like an event. I'll be watching a UFC fight or I'll be out with friends and I notice it's like my phone is always in my pocket.
Yeah.
Because I'm with the people that I care about.
Yeah.
And when I'm with those people, they have a tendency to just want to go on their phone. They're not doing anything. They're just they're that mind muscle of I need to pull my phone out and look at it. They'll look through social media for 10 seconds.
It's the training. It's the training because it's social media. It's that constant feed of dopamine.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're constantly seeing something new, so it's exciting. So when you go somewhere and I have to wait for something to happen, they pull out their phone, they look for stuff, they want
Rather
a dopamine
than sitting
hit,
there and wait, yeah.
And then when it happens, they're like, "Oh shit, that was awesome," and then they're back on their phone.
Like
so it's a constant hit of dopamine.
It's a constant hit of dopamine coming through. I had to get on my boss about that today because I was trying to show her something because it was for the bikes since we just did the bike academy last week. I needed to set something up and her inability to focus on one thing at a time.
Right.
She's like messing with her arm while on her phone while doing something and she's like
hate
she'll
that.
tell me you can continue. I'm listening.
No, you're not.
And I'm like, you're not
That's
giving me
not-
fucking eye contact. So I'll be like, hey,
you're hearing what I'm saying, but you're not comprehending.
I'm like, hey,
You're not
I need
critical
you to
listening.
come look and see what I'm pointing at.
Right.
And she'll walk in and she'll be like, okay, what am I looking at? I'm like, well, this is what's going on. She'll go right back to looking at her nails and looking at her phone. I'm like, dude, I got so fucking irritated. I walked in and I was like, never mind, I'll figure it out. And she's like, no, I was paying attention. I was like, I don't care. I was like, you're not looking at me. If you don't have the ability to give me the attention by giving me eye contact because
Come on now.
you need to stare at your phone or look at yourself in the mirror, it takes away that inability. And I feel like with what's happening now,
shorter seasons,
shorter shows, you're getting the full lump sum in an aspect because people have this attention span of a fucking goldfish.
Yeah, and that's kind of.
I
my
do
thing.
miss the
like
older shit, but
shows.
I miss the older shit because but you can't get an audience to stay tuned to a TV series that
that's
runs.
The thing. BBC, I guess. See, and I don't mean this, but I guess like people in the UK are just really boring
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of their shows are at least an hour long. At least, Being Human, Doctor Who, Luther. A lot of those shows are at least.
Maybe
an hour
this
long.
is a Western culture. I was talking about this before about the equivalent of like there's certain little aspects I was looking to about people going into Dubai and going to Bali and going to Fiji, and it's like their livelihood is based off of being around in open areas, opposed to in the Western we're surrounded by cities. So we tend to cultivate
iron jungles. They call
them. We cultivate around that. If I'm the only person not on my phone, I feel like I'm the outsider.
You do, yeah.
And then once you go to these places like Bali and Dubai and stuff like that, like one of the guys that I was following, Andrew Tate, he's a multimillionaire, retired kickboxer and stuff like that. And he tends to be very aggressive with a lot of shit he says. He has this not stupid mindset, I'm sorry. He has this very logical mindset on breaking down things, the concept of not needing women for certain things because he can do everything as a man. So he comes off being very sexist. But he made a point. He goes, why would you live in the Western states struggling to make money knowing you can get robbed on the drop of the hat? Why not come live in Dubai? And people are like, well, how the fuck can I afford that? He goes, you transfer all your money, you come over here, you know you're safe. Because crime is very low here because everybody is happily wealthy and being able to take care of themselves.
Like their base minimum is wealthy.
Yeah, she's like, you don't have to worry about being shot or stabbed or robbed because in the Western states, the United States and stuff like that, crime is so high because everybody's
trying to get what everybody else has.
Everybody's in poverty. So it takes into that aspect. It's like if you're maybe in the West, our movies are built like this and our styles are built like this, opposed, like you said, in the UK or in Australia or in Britain, their things are longer listing because it's a different part of the world.
It's a different.
They have a higher attention span. Opposed, we're Americans, we want something now.
Right.
We want fast food now. I'm hungry. I want to go to McDonald's and get a burger now.
Right.
Opposed,
and that's training.
Yeah.
You know, we've been programmed to live that, especially in Vegas. Everything is now, 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 now. If you're not open 24/7, you suck. Things have changed since, COVID hit. Now, not even Walmart stays open 24 hours anymore.
No, yeah. Walmart closes at like 11 now, which is crazy.
It's crazy, but you can tell, yes, the shortened attention span of the average adult, even child, is insane. You can see it in our commercials. You can see it in a lot of social media, if nothing else.
Sorry, can you grab my flask?
Your flask?
I'm thirsty.
Your big
all that
bladder.
all
That's
that
like
all
bladder.
that singing.
That's a bladder
got
of
my
a fucking
got
moose,
got
man.
got my quenched parched. My parched quenched. Thirst quenched.
You're feeling parched.
Thirst parched.
You need your thirst quenched.
I'm quenching and I'm thirsting because I'm parched.
You're a thirst trap.
I hate him. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, I really think that eventually things will come back. I feel like, things swing in all different directions. Cartoons used to be super duper cartoony before we got anime in the Western side. A lot of our cartoons are going anime style because that's more popular.
I don't more or less say, not to agree to disagree, but I don't feel like things are going to go back only because things have regressed so far forward. There is no way for us to revert back to how things used to be. Things are going to change in an alternate direction. So what the old shit used to be, no different than living in the times in the 50s. Like our parents used to give us shit for the music we listened to. Because how are you listening to this garbage? Back in the day, people used to sing and do a cappella and stuff like that. And now we're listening to heavy grunge.
But at the same time, the old always comes back. Bell bottoms came back. Overalls came back.
Don't know where you're at where either one of those came back. Those
Stranger Things. They're literally about
that's
the
in the
80s.
But it's because it's stationed in the 80s.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's old. So old always finds way to permeate into the present.
I get what you're saying. So it's not an actual livelihood thing. It's more or less just a nostalgia base.
Yeah, it's always that. It's always a
nostalgia gives you an ability to build off of it, but you can't rewrite history. So if you're just reusing the same thing 100 times over, it loses its ability.
You don't want to go back to what was.
And then show it 100 times.
Bridge the two gaps. It's like, I like the steampunk look where it's like old and new together.
That makes sense.
And it's like it blends well when you do it right.
Right.
All right. You feel good?
I'm good.
All right, dig it. On to the next one.
Yeah.